Yes, I am alive. Long time no see, everyone. It's been quite some time since I have posted pretty much anything. I know I used to be a lot more active, I feel like back in the day, as opposed to the modern day scene. So I want to go ahead and clear up some stuff that's been going on and just give a current thing of what's going on pretty much. So, what's been going on my end? Lots of life stuff. I can't obviously say everything, there's a lot of stuff going on, but stuff that is more important to pay attention to other than animatronics. You got that, and just the fact that the animatronic fandom as a whole just kind of started causing me to build a negative perception of the animatronic hobby as a whole. Just with all the nonsensical people causing random nonsense to happen, and I don't know. I've made the decision to officially disassociate myself from the general fandom as a whole, kind of be my own independent person. Because pleasing people is tough stuff, when you got the pressure to cater towards a particular group of people, worrying about pleasing them all the time, it can get very tiring. And from here on out, I plan on kind of just posting my own stuff, not really setting it towards a specific group or demographic of people. And that should allow me to post more often, or at least whenever I feel like it. But yeah, so fandom turned me off kind of, and just life stuff. But I'm back. Hopefully we'll have to see what happens, and yeah, that's kind of just been what's going on. So now that you have the reason why I've disappeared pretty much, let's go ahead and fill you guys in on some good stuff that hopefully you guys will care about. Starting with my beloved creation, Dodge. Okay, so many of you guys might be upset to hear this, but my dude, he's no longer in operating condition. I have stripped him of his cylinders and have been reusing his cylinders for other things, which I'll get to in a minute. I did his skeleton, pretty much everything physical, like about his shape is still intact. All of his cylinders and his head are still there. His skeleton is pretty much still here. I mainly just stripped him of his cylinders and I cut off his arm so it's not like just a long noodle anymore. But Dodge is a prototype, this particular one at least. And if you see Dodge again in the future, he's going to either be rebuilt entirely or some major modifications are going to be happening. But for now, this guy is, he's kind of taking a break, As much as I would use him for scrap or completely disassemble him for lots of things. I have been taking his cylinders from him. But despite his early on prototypeness, this guy has a lot of sentimental value for me personally. He's my first full body character that I've ever made, and I can't just ditch him. So I'm just gonna keep him around. He'll be dormant for a while, but that's where my boy is right now. OGs will remember back when I used to have him talk like this. I would make like skits videos and stuff like that. I, of course, have unlisted those. Looking back on them, they were stale. And, that's what, the best I could do at the time. I've debated on giving him more of a different voice that is a little more less annoying to listen to. Because, this can get old after a while. But, yeah. So, if you've been following the channel for a long time, you'd remember that. But, for now, this guy is, he's taking a rest. So, very recently, and by recently, I mean earlier today, as of recording this, you may have noticed that a new mechanism has appeared. During my offline season, using Dodge's cylinders and some extra wood laying around, I created a prototype piano player, or organ player, key player, whatever the term is. But, yeah, that was a prototype. I was testing around with some different arm movements. I was able to get a body turn going. just making sure that I'm capable of making more mechanisms like directly from my own without having to buy like head kits or have a lot of assistants looking at you. But once again, I'm going to emphasize this is a prototype. The measurements, obviously, you can see don't really work for an official character. His arms have already been taken off. I'm already moved on to different projects. By projects, I mean ideas. It's been really hard for me to lock in because I just get so many ideas and it's hard to specifically commit to one. But the idea that I have going on right now is I think it's really good, and hopefully you guys will find it interesting. I think you guys will find it interesting, but that's for you guys to determine when when the time comes for me to show it off. But it's far from complete, I will say that. But yeah, this is a prototype. Oh yeah, species. This guy was actually not supposed to be an animal at all. I was gonna have him be a robot character as a whole, you know, because of I'm very into music groups like Daft Punk and Kraftwerk, or I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, it's German, but the more robotic type stuff. So I think he was gonna be a robot, but that and obviously the cosmetics for robots are easier to make on my end personally. We all know that I'm terrible with animal cosmetics, or at least could improve in lots of areas regarding them. So, yeah. So moving forward into the future, the posts that happen on this channel, they're going to be more of like, hey, you want to come see what I've been up to recently? I'm not really trying to be, I'm not in people pleaser mode anymore. That's just another, having to worry about like maintaining a schedule or making my product look pleasurable for whatever the fandom likes to see and stuff like that. That's kind of out of my range now. I don't know if I succeeded or not pleasing people in the fandom. I mean, if I could get 5,000 of you awesome, glorious people, then I guess I succeeded in some way. But it's gonna be more of a quick, hey, I've been working on this recently. Why don't you come over and I'll show you it out. I wouldn't expect a good upload schedule in the near future. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I will continue to have lots of stuff going on. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. If I'm missing anything, I'll probably mention it in like a community post or like in the comments of this very video or something. So yeah, till next time, guys. I'll see you when I next post. Bye.